Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sonja J, and if you're new, welcome. So as you can see from the title, today I am doing a review. Well, tonight, because I just got done watching the episode, and I'm in California, so it's over at 11 o'clock, and it's like 12 right now, so I'm gonna be up all night. But anyways, I'm going to do this video and post it for you guys. So we're gonna review tonight's episode and get into it. So if you want to hear about my thoughts and what's going on, let's keep watching. All right, so you guys might think I'm strange for wearing these, but I don't care. I want to wear these, so I'm gonna wear them. I've been wearing these all day today. I got these today at the dentist, and I've been wearing them all day today, and they made me feel happy. So, and there's a lot of sad things to talk about tonight, so I just figured let's try to be as cheerful as we can while talking about some emotional and bad things. So I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna just talk each girl one by one. We'll start off with Lexi since she started the show off. She gets invited to like a senior dance from her friend. I don't know if her friend was throwing the party or whatever, but she invites her and she's hesitant on whether or not she wants to go. Then she decides to talk to Tyler about it, and she asks him, like, you know, you going to the party? And he, of course, says he's going. I knew he was. And she's upset, and she tells him that she thinks he shouldn't go because he's a dad, and you know, she decides she doesn't want to go. So she's like, since I'm not going, you shouldn't go. I'm not going because I'm a mom, I have responsibilities. You shouldn't go either because you're a dad, you have responsibilities. I understand what she's saying, because it's like, he is a father and parties is not what you should be focused on, but at the same time, it's like, just because, and this is how I think, and this is my belief, just because you become a parent, that does not mean that you have to automatically never do anything ever again. I'm not saying as soon as you have the baby, oh, I had the baby, so now I can do what I want. But eventually you can do things, and you can do things when you want. And that baby looks like he's at least 6 months. Probably, in my head, he looks like 9. I mean, she has every right to go too. She just needs a babysitter. And, or if it was like, okay, I'll go to this party and you watch the baby, and then maybe the next party she'll go and he watches the baby. But I honestly don't think there's anything wrong with going. I don't think that she should have forced him or tried to force him. She didn't force him. He's gonna do what he wants. But I don't really think that she should have made him feel bad for wanting to go. But at the same time, I understand what she's saying. But it's like, if he goes all the time, then that makes sense, okay? You shouldn't be partying. But if he just wants to go to a party and he doesn't party ever, and this is just the senior party before everyone goes to college, I understand that. And honestly, I think she should go too. So just because you decide you want to stay home doesn't mean he has to. I understand you guys have responsibility, but like, if you want to stay home, that's your choice. But you have every right to go out too, because as long as you're not partying, you have the right to go to a party every now and again. Hear that. I'm not saying that they should party. I'm saying that there's nothing wrong with going out every now and again. Just because you become a parent doesn't mean that your life is over and you can't do anything. That's what a lot of people think, but that's not how it should be. Period. So then they're in the kitchen. The mom asked her about the party and asked her if she wanted to go or whatever. And she said no, she didn't want to go, and because she didn't want her to ask her mom to watch the baby, that's her responsibility. And her mom was like, that's a good girl. I mean, I think she was just joking, but at the same time, it's like, that is true. But like I said, from what it sounded like, it's the one last senior party that everyone's going to before everyone goes to college. Everyone she knows or grew up with was going to be there. I don't think there's anything wrong with her going. I don't think there's anything wrong with the mom watching the baby for that one night. Not saying go out all weekend, not saying go out every weekend, not saying go out every time. The one party before college, Lexi's not going to any parties anymore if she were to have went. We know that. Because obviously she didn't go to that party, so she ain't partying. Maybe Tyler, I don't know. But nothing wrong with that. But Tyler decides to go. I can tell Lexi was sad that she didn't get to go. I mean, she could have went. She just chose that not to. And I understand why she did, and I get it. So, you know, I respect her decision. I just don't think there's anything wrong with her going as well. That's all I'm saying. Do you guys think that it was wrong for him to have went anyway, even though she didn't want him to go? I'm torn because I see both sides yet again. I mean, I can see him saying, like, you know, just because you decide to stay home. And like he told her, you're boring. He was like, either you're boring or you're a bitch. I mean, I see it, even though his delivery is such an asshole. It's like the way he delivers the things he says, it's like he's an asshole. Like, I get what it's like the delivery is important, people. You have to learn that in life. The way you deliver things to people matters. Your point could be correct 100. But if you deliver it or incorrectly, it's not going to be received, period. Just remember that. At the same time, I can see her being like, well, you know, we have this baby together and I decided to stay home, so you should stay home with me. And like, as you being in a relationship with me and you being my boyfriend, like, you better. So I would be upset. But, you know, the type of girl she is, she just lets the shit slide, so. See, I told you guys I needed the glasses because I was just about to take them off, but then I looked down and I said, oh, Kayla's next. Okay, I need these things on. Her baby daddy stresses me out. Let's just keep it 100. He stresses people out. He's stressful. Like, he's just so aggressive and he's always mad, always in a bad mood, always like giving attitude, and then wants to come off like somebody did him wrong. He's just too much. It's too much dealing with him. He's stressful. It's a stressful thing. Like, he's stressful. I can't. So it's like she applies for government assistance to get money. She doesn't have a job yet. They tell her, I guess, in the state she lives in or whatever, I don't know. They tell her, I guess, in order, or I don't know if this applies everywhere. I've never applied, so I don't know. But in order for her to actually receive it, she needs to, you know, serve her baby daddy. He needs to pay child support. Like, you want this government assistance and you have a baby daddy who is able to work and help, but he just won't. He needs to pay. I mean, I get that, but I'm just, you know, I just didn't know it was like that, but that's what it's like. So they go to court. Like, come on, y'all. Like, really, what is wrong with the dude? Like, because, like, does anyone know like, what's wrong with him? Like, I can't wait till we get to the root of him. Like, could we get him in counseling sessions? I don't even want her to go. She don't even need to go because she is doing the best she can to just cope with the shit. Like, seriously. He just needs to go on his own. We need to figure it out. Like, or he needs to figure it out. We don't even need to figure it out. He needs to figure it out and get it together, and then next season or whatever season, hopefully a season soon, he needs to come correct. It's like, so they tell him that he needs to get a job and he needs to pay not 1,000, $128 a month. $128 a month for his son. Get a job and pay $128 a month for your son. He said, let me quote this shit. I feel like I'm getting finessed like a bitch. Because they told him he needs to get a job and pay $128 a month for his son. I don't even really want to comment on it because it's just like, let that sink in. Like, really. Because they told you to get a job and pay $128. I'm not even like, okay. $128. That's not, oh my God. Let's keep going. It's like every time he is put in a situation where he can talk about his side of the story, he always makes it seem like he's the victim. And it's so annoying because it's like, even his friend was like, why don't you just get a job? He just flat out asked him, why don't you just get a job? And then you could tell he kind of got annoyed. It was like, I'm trying, with the food on his chin. Oh my God. I want to take, like, part of me wants to take these glasses off because I want to get serious. And then part of me wants to keep them on because it's like, too much emotional stress and drama on this episode. Okay. I feel bad for Jade. Let's just start there. Like, I really feel like she's going through a lot emotionally, and it's really hard to deal with that. And a lot of people don't understand that because depression is real. It really is. And anxiety is real. And all those things that people go through when they feel really, really like just emotionally stressed and they can't do anything and they feel bipolar or they feel like, and they feel it's like an emotional feeling that takes over your body that you can't control. And a lot of people don't understand that because a lot of people don't have it. But there are people that do have it that understand. And it's real. And I feel really bad for Jade. Like, that scene they showed when she was like in the bed like hysterically crying, like that like you can see that and just watch it, but if you've been there before and you can feel that, and that I feel bad for her. And it's just like I hope things get better between her and Sean as far as like they can co-parent and be cordial. I don't think that they're good for each other. I don't think that they're meant to be together. And I'm not saying that because I'm a psychic or I'm a therapist or a relationship expert, but it's obvious the relationship's toxic. Anyone can see it that's watched at least at least one episode of them being together. I'm not even trying to be funny. They have not went one episode without arguing. And I know these seasons don't make up for their whole lives, but I'm just saying, from what we see, it's a lot. And even nah, they don't need to be together. I ain't even no. But she just needs to be happy, and happiness is the most important thing. And a lot of people don't realize that. And I think it takes you really being down and sad and feeling some type of way or going through something really bad and maybe even losing everything. And it takes you really to being at a low place to really realize sometimes that happiness is important in life and that you need that. A lot of people search for money and material things, but even relationships, happiness within yourself is the most important thing in life. Period. And you can argue with me on that if you want to, quote me on that if you want to, but that's just what it is. Other than God, happiness is within yourself is the most important thing in life. You can't enjoy nothing in life if you're not happy within yourself. That's just period. You can't. You can't enjoy your kids. You can't enjoy yourself. You can't enjoy nothing. If you're not happy, if you wake up every day miserable, feeling like shit, you can't enjoy life, period. That's just what it is. And she's at that point right now because she's really, it's like, it seems like she's already has like anxiety. Like she said, she's already was diagnosed with, I think, anxiety. So, and she's already taken medicine for it where she was. So she already has anxiety within her not chemicals, but you get what I'm trying to say. Within her, she's already diagnosed with it. And then on top of that, she's going through this hard, horrible breakup with her baby's father. And then it's not funny. I didn't even mean to chuckle, but let's be real. It's not funny and comical, but at the same time, it's like her and her mom argue so much and so often on camera from what we see, to the point that it's like you expect it. And it's like you can't do anything but laugh or just be like, here we go again. It's like they can't say, like, I mean, I get why Jade feels the way she does towards her mom, and I get why she gets irritated with her. But at the same time, I understand how Jade's mom can feel like, damn, I can't say nothing without her getting pissed at me. Like, I can't say nothing. I say the sky's blue, and she's mad. Like, no, it's not. It's gray. Like, so I get both sides, but at the end of the day, Jade feels a lot of hurt and resentment and pain from, the past and how she was as a mother towards her. And that triggers her to get frustrated and irritated with her quicker than she normally would anyone else. That's just what it is. And then on top of that, it's like, I will say, and I do understand where Jade's coming from, her mom does say a lot of things that are at the wrong time. It's like she'll say something and she'll either say it, her delivery, like I said, she'll what she's saying makes sense, or what she's trying to say was not mean, or she didn't intend for it to be mean, but the way she delivered it came off like, why did you have to say that right now, or why did you have to say it like that? So I get why Jade gets annoyed, but at the same time it's like, I can tell, and hopefully you guys can tell, maybe I'm the only one, that her mom isn't coming off in a negative way. For the most part, I can tell she's not. But because Jade already has feels the way she feels towards her, and then on top of that, it's like, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it is kind of like, you didn't have to say that, or maybe not right now. So that adds on to it. But then there are times when I do be like, Jade, she didn't mean it that way. But again, when you have unresolved within you, and then on top of that, has anxiety and she's unhappy. That's not a recipe for a cake, honey. That's a recipe for bad emotions, toxic relationships. We got to fix that first. I really hope her and her mom well, first, Jade does need to work on things within herself. So, yes, she needs to go to the doctor. She needs to go to therapy, counseling, whatever she needs to do to be a better Jade, a better mother, and work on things within herself. Then she can work on things with her mom. So, yes, let's work on Jade first, and hopefully eventually her and her mom can work on things. Hopefully. I really do hope so. And I wish Jade the best. I hope she gets better, and I'm going to pray for her tonight. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Brianna. Brianna didn't really give too much tonight. They were really trying to settle into their new place, so that's really all we've seen, just a lot of moving, traveling. I did think it was cute and necessary for them to, do like, as they were doing their road trip, they actually stopped and took pictures and looked at things, because it's important to, get out and explore things in life and look and see what's around you and get to see new things. So I'm glad they actually stopped at cities and took pictures and did things. So that's good. They got there, they settled in, and they met up with the grandparents, and Robert met the grandparents. And it seems like the boy really likes Robert. I like Robert. I don't know too much about him, so we'll see as time progresses. I don't know him personally, obviously, but so far he seems very humble, and he seems like a nice, quiet guy. And it is refreshing to see someone that's so quiet and good with the baby and just like trying to be humble and a family figure. And you compare that to what she was with last season with Danae. That was a lot. So it's good and refreshing to see a change. So that also makes me want to like him a little bit more. But he does seem like he's nice, and he's good with, I think his name is Grayson. Or Brayson. It's Brayson, I think. Yeah. The grandparents seem like they liked him. I'm not trying to judge, but I'm just trying to understand, like, why y'all moved all the way out there if you had nowhere to stay? Like, I honestly thought initially that they were going to move in with the grandparents. That's why they moved down there. They moved down there to be closer to the family. I don't know if it's just the grandparents that lives out there or if it's like a family. I don't know. But I thought it was like they were moving down there to live with her parents, which is Brianna's grandparents. And then, eventually when they were able to get on their feet, they were going to move out and get a job. Or, get a job, obviously, and then move out. But, I mean, unless they live in like a little one-bedroom apartment or a trailer home, like, why is that not happening? Why aren't they staying there? And then if that is the case, that they can't because there's room restrictions, I just don't understand why they did that. Like, I get it, you guys wanted a fresh start, but you can't make a fresh start if you don't have a fresh plan. Sometimes you can't just wing it. Sometimes. And I don't know if this was the time, but we'll see how it plays out. I hope the best for them. Her sister went back home, and she moved in with her boyfriend. At least I think it would have been smarter to stay. I think she made a better decision. I thought that was really cute that her and her sister had a talk. I like their relationship. Their relationship is cute. It kind of reminds me of me and my sister's relationship. And I thought it was so cute and sad how like everyone was sad that she was leaving. It was like really heartwarming and cute. I was like, oh. I understand how that feels though. So cute. Ashley and Bar's scene didn't really give too much this episode either, but it still was emotional because it involves someone's life being behind bars for the rest of their life. And that's really hard to deal with, especially when it's like your child or your sibling that you're close to, or your like spouse. You can tell that Bar is really feeling it, and it's really hard for him to deal with it, especially like in the end of the episode when he like cut Ashley off, when they started talking about it, because you can tell he did want to talk about it, and he did want to try to open up, but in that moment it hit him at once, and it was just like, I can't. And I understand, like, it was all fresh for him, so I get it. And, at first Ashley was kind of a little taken back by that, like, why'd you have to cut me off? But even though you can tell she was a little annoyed, I like how she flipped it and I encouraged him to look beyond the trial and beyond, the fact that his brother was, found guilty. Look beyond that and try to do better for you so that your brothers can be proud of you and say, even though I fucked up, you made it. Be an example for yourself. Be an example for your daughter. Be an example for them. And she encouraged them and tried to, speak positive words. And I thought that was great, and I respected that. I feel bad for Bar, and I wish nothing but the best for him and his family. His mom is still drama, trying to bring up the whole freaking, what is that shit called? Whatever that shit Ashley put against her, the restraining order. There we go. I mean, I don't know if it's like, I'm trying to really think, because I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's a mechanism to like block what she's going through, and she's really stressed and hurt, and it's hard for her to deal with this, so she's trying to push it off on Ashley and do other things to make herself feel better. So she involves herself in drama. She feels better by involving herself in drama as opposed to involving herself in the reality of her son going to prison for the rest of his life. I guess. I mean, I'm really trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I'm trying to understand. Because in my head, I'm like, I give zero fucks about any girl and her beef with me, especially if the restraining order was not even put in place. If they denied it, if it was all over with, you guys already went to court, it's done, it's over, finito, why are we bringing it up again? We're literally at trial. Your son literally is going to be and was guilty and may spend the rest of his life in jail. And you're worried about Ashley's restraining order. And then you go up to Bart and ask him about it. And your son even has to tell you, this is not the time. I mean, I understand she's really immature, but at the same time, it's like she got to have some real strongholds on her to have her really think that it's cool and it's acceptable to be this immature and drama-filled as a mother and grandmother and worry about these type of little dumb minuscule things when I should be worried about my son going to prison. I'm gonna pray for her too. But that's it. That's what this show gave tonight. If you guys like this video and if you like me, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and let me know. Also, like this video if you like it, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.